Hey harmonizers, welcome to this video of Valente where we are working on some obstacles. As you can see, we've got out the tarp, the infamous tarp when it comes to Valente. So if you've been following his journey at all, you know that he has not been a super fan of tarps. He's been a little skeptical of them. Now this one's a little bit trickier because it's got a hidden turtle, a hidden plastic sandbox turtle underneath that gives it a little bit of a funny shape and might make it move in a little bit of a different way. So this is our first time tackling tarps since coming home from Florida. So I had made it a bit of a big deal when we were in Florida. We were doing them pretty frequently. And then this is his first time being asked to do one back at home. So I thought I'd share it with you guys how he was doing, and you can see he still jumps across it. Wasn't really a big fan of going over it. So I offer him a reward just to say thank you for trying, and that is the right kind of idea. And then I want to start to raise up the level of what I'm asking for, at the same time insisting that it's really not that scary. So you can see he kind of pops up there because there is a sandbox underneath there, so it has a bit of a different feel, a bit of a different kind of texture to feeling that a little bit. So I'm trying to get him to go across, and there you go. It's actually pretty good. So if you look at the time on that, that was less than 1.5 minutes to go from being don't want to do it, scared of it, jumping across it, to actually doing it. So I'm going to speed this video along a little bit to show you that we worked on it a little bit longer. He jumped it, you know, it didn't go super easily right away, and that we had to do a few repetitions to kind of get it more consistently, because I wanted him to feel like he really conquered this obstacle, not just that he was getting across there but still being worried. So we do a fair bit of, letting him look at it. He startles a little bit. You can see I offer him a cookie there. And I didn't speed this up ridiculously fast because I wanted you to still see a little bit of what we were doing, but this is still sped up. So that way this isn't like a ridiculously long video for you guys. So there you can see he was able to stop, and he was able to do 2 feet in it. So he got his cookie with 2 feet on the box, or on the tarp with the sandbox there. And there you can see now I'm switching sides, and now I'm on the right side of him and asking him to go through. And he's kind of crowding my space a little bit there. And even when he stepped on the side of the sandbox and it tipped up like that, I was pretty happy that he didn't freak out. He didn't do anything awful. So the one thing that I super love about Valente now is that even though he can be a little bit looky and he's not as brave as, let's say, a Kaibu who's like ridiculously bomb-proof to everything in the world, he's not doing anything bad or stupid or that's going to hurt. And by stupid, I mean like it's not. Sometimes horses can do things where they're so scared that they're literally stupid, where they might hurt themselves or hurt you, not because they're mean horses, but they're just literally scared stupid. And he can be startling and kind of, jump a little bit like that and stuff like that. But he's never to the point where he's being, unsafe or unruly, or where he's doing anything truly awful. So I'm pretty thankful for that. Even there, you can see he steps on the turtle and it kind of flips up a little bit, and he doesn't do anything super bad with it. So I decide to leave it there. And now we are going on to Mr. Mattress. And this is the first time we are giving Mr. Mattress a try. And Mr. Mattress is kind of like a scarier tarp because this particular one has the same kind of plastic crinkly type material. It's got a little bit of a more solid type surface on it, but it sinks. So as you can see, he steps on it for the first time and he shoots backwards because he's not too sure. But what I was really happy about is that he very quickly realized that he could put his foot on it. So this video is not sped up. This is real time. And you can see that that was pretty quick, that he was able to step with his 1 foot. And he's not sure. He's leaving his 1 foot on. But again, he's not doing anything horrible or bad or, falling into me or knocking me over, anything like that. You can see he swings his back legs off to the side there because he's unsure. He's not so sure that he wants to put his back footsies on it. So I'm rewarding him for putting his front feet on it. Then I want to get his back feet. So now we're speeding this footage up a little bit, not ridiculously fast, but speeding it up a little bit so that way we're not into a really, really long video. But you can still see how I try to get his confidence up where I'm trying to get him to here pause and breathe and think about the thought of putting his back feet on the mattress. So I'm asking him to move over his little belly there and saying, hey, can you pretty please keep yourself straight? And anytime he gets it wrong, I don't get mad at him. I don't make it a worse situation. I just correct him. And I say, could you try staying straight? And ultimately, he's in charge of when he's ready to finally put his back feetsies on. And I would have given him cookie there if he didn't fall off the mattress. But because he kind of fell off the mattress, then I had to kind of redo it. So here he finally puts his feet on the mattress. So now it is cookie, 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 cookie to make sure he understands that that's what I wanted him to do. And because he can be kind of reactive to these things like to tarps and the mattress, I wasn't sure how he would be. I wanted to do it on the ground first before I attempted it in the saddle just to set it up for safety's sake. So this is a sped up footage again. I slowed it down there to show you his first time putting 4 feet on the mattress. And then this is sped up again just to show you that we worked from both sides of his body and in both directions. And really he conquered this really darn quick. If you think back to his first couple videos with the tarp, which were a little intense at times, and he really did not like the tarp whatsoever. I mean, really what we're seeing here is pretty darn awesome. He's not jumping across crazily. He didn't actually jump across the mattress at all. And really everything is very pretty quick and very easy to correct and figure that out. So I'm really proud of him that he got that so quickly. I wasn't expecting that. So here's another cool obstacle is we have a bunch of different types of bridges, and they have the ability to be stacked and put together with other types of bridges. So he's done lots of bridges, but he's never done a wavy bridge, and he's never done, I don't think he's ever done stairs. So this is new for him. There's stairs on one side and it's a wave on the other side. So it's totally different for him to figure out planting his feet and getting himself up on top of that. So I'm just going to reposition him and give him another try. He wasn't expecting it to go like that on his feet. And one of the cool things about Valente is, so he's never done this before. He's never done the wavy bridge, and he just figured that out really darn fast, like really fast. And part of the cool thing is when you have a horse like him that is a little bit more, he's a little bit on that, worried, skeptical, aware, alert side compared to, let's say, Kaibu. They care more about where they put their feet. So Valente has figured this out like right away on his first go, basically both directions. Really, really quick to figure that out. He had one fail attempt and then he's basically on it and he's got it. Kaibu repeated this thing like I don't know how many times and he never really got it. I think one time he got across it straight and we were like, okay, we're gonna leave it at that. But he kept falling off the side of it and stumbling off the edge of it because Kaibu is so darn brave and confident to the point that he doesn't really care. He doesn't really care if he steps off the edge. He doesn't really care if he kind of clumsily falls off of stuff. Whereas like Valente steps down and he's like, oh shoot, I stepped down with my bum. I have to step back up. And he figured that out. Whereas Kaibu has not figured that out. Kaibu would just fall off and be like, well, whatever, I failed. Whereas Valente actually cares a little bit more. So that's where it can be a little bit advantageous to have a horse that's not ridiculously quiet if you're looking for a horse that you want to be more precise, because Valente will put in more mental thought process to being correct and being accurate and precise, where Boo's just like, whatever, I'll just, we're just going across the bridge, whatever, we fell off of it, who cares, whatever, we missed a step, who cares. Whereas he's actually trying, you can see he really thinks about his foot placement and tries to be careful as he's coming down there. So that's pretty cool that he figured that out so darn quickly. And I wanted to make sure we got it on a note where it was pretty comfortable each side. And then this was kind of funny because I wasn't actually asking him to go on the block there, but he offered to go on the block, which I thought was super duper cute, and is probably because for our freestyle that we were practicing, he goes onto a pedestal all by himself after he does a jump. So he was probably thinking, I'm supposed to go on this thing. So I just thought, okay, well, we can't leave it on that particular note then. We'll do this again and see if he'll do it more at Liberty. And this is adorable. He actually thought about doing it in that direction. I was like, no, you have to actually set yourself up straight. So what's different about a pedestal is you can approach it from any angle. Whereas this one, you really only can approach it from the sides if you want to be kind of safe and set it up in a better way. So I help him set up there, and then he just goes up all by his little lonesome. So I thought that was super duper cute that he's like, look at him. He just offered that all by himself just because he loves cookies. Oh my gosh, he is the cutest little thing in the world. What do you guys think of that? He's like little mountain Mustang. He's so darn cute. Look at him. He's like, how many more cookies can I get if I leave my feet up on here? So we did go for a little ride. I'm just going to show you a tiny little bit of his ride. And I started to introduce some trot poles to him. So I didn't feel comfortable going for jumps just yet. I want to get some more canter work done before we do that, just because it might be a bit of a shock for him. But we started doing the trot poles. We didn't work on any canter today in this particular ride because I felt like he already did a lot of new stuff, going over the tarp and doing the mattress, and we were riding over poles and doing the bridge. I thought that's enough for one brain to take in today. So it was mostly groundwork, just a little bit of riding, just to kind of, get him to remember that he can still carry me around on his back and do a few little things. One of the things we have to be careful about when we're starting horses under saddle is their backs are not super strong. They're not used to carrying people. So we need to make sure that we're not going from nothing to all of a sudden riding them for an hour every single day. That would be really hard on them. So instead, I think, rode him for maybe 5 minutes. And then he did his groundwork with the saddle on his back instead. So you can see he's still a little bit looky there, like he's shying away from something that's on the side of the arena. I'm not making a big deal out of it. I don't really care that much. So we have some things to work on, but overall, he is doing super duper fantastic. So let me know what you guys think of little Valente. Thanks for watching, guys.